Yeah, Nick, we're all dying to know, does the Pope have a Christmas message this year?
Oh, no. I'm glad I've already played Jesus once, so let's get that one out of the way this time of year.
Obviously, the last year you had that big injury, kept you out for a fair old time, but you've come back, you've got your place back in the team. How difficult was it, I suppose, when you were out, and also this process of getting yourself fully match fit again?
Yeah, really hard. Obviously, injuries, I think, probably the hardest thing about football in general. Comes obviously not playing, but not only can not play, you're not even training to, even feel sharp or to kind of push to get into the team. So it's very much, quite a lonely process, really. And obviously, as soon as you get injured, and it's going to be a long one. It's kind of a tough kind of phase to get your head around it, just to start off with, to know that you won't be able to train for 4 or 5 months straight off the bat. And it's the end of July, start of August, so season is barely, Premier League season hadn't started, so it was really difficult to get my head around at the start. Just you got to crack on with it, really, and get your head down and think about the future and the big picture, and that was a big thing for myself, was to think of the future and the big picture of trying to get back in the team and get myself in the best condition possible.
Do you feel you're back now playing at your best?
I think I'm getting there. I think I always want to be one of them people. I'm always improving. I don't want to think that I'm going to finish article. I wasn't when I played for the first year in the Premier League, and I certainly won't be now, and I won't be next year. So it's a part of a ongoing process of trying to improve. Really, that's sort of what I see it. So I like to say we're in a good place, and the team started well, and we've built a foundation for the season. But that's all it is so far. So a lot of how the season goes depends on these next few weeks and months.
Since we last spoke, obviously you've got yourself back in the Burnley team, but also you made your full England debut as well. How special was that?
Yeah, amazing. Obviously something like a year ago today, that felt so far away. So to come back and first of all just be in the squad when the first squad got announced in September, that was a massive boost for myself, and just really kind of a confirmation of how well the season started, and for all the hard work that had been put in for the last year, to have that to kind of back it up was really nice. So, and to finish kind of the 3 international spells, as it were, the 3 breaks in 3 months with a full England cap I was over the moon with that.
Do you think that you could aim next year to be England's number 1?
It's possible. It's a target, but also a target. It's a long way away. There's so much can happen until then. So it's something that, if I put too much energy into thinking about that, it's taking you off the ball, I think. There's no internationals till March now, so it very much gets parked, and you look week by week now, game by game, and doing my best for Burnley, and that's all that's on my mind, really. It's one of the things that when it comes round, also you look forward to it, and I love playing for England and love being with them lads and training and being in that environment. But as soon as it's done, you've got to get back to the day and doubt of Burnley and concentrating on, and that's what's best for myself, and to get in that England squad is to put in the performances for Burnley. But
Gareth must be happy with what he's seeing from you day in, day out here at Burnley.
You can ask him, I think.
He must have had a conversation with you.
Obviously, manager you can speak to, so it's obviously for him to even put me in for that game, I think's a nice message almost to send to myself. So yeah, it's something that it's an ongoing process. England thing, I'm still very new. I've 5, 6 squads maybe I've been in. Obviously 2 caps now, so it's still very the early stages of building something of an England career, if we can call it that. So just very much see how it goes.
Before the Newcastle game, you had 3 fairly heavy defeats, didn't you, in consecutive games?
Cheers,
so how important, though, was it then for you and the rest of the defence? Because this is a club that prides itself on not conceding many goals. How important was that Newcastle game? Yeah,
it was. Yeah, no 2 ways about it. 3 games can become 4 and 5 and 6, and it gets carried away. The Premier League's brutal, relentless, and there's no easy game. So to go into that game, obviously a home game for us as well, always big for us, and to come out of a clean sheet in a win, I think it's important for us after, like you say, a tough week. But no, it is a week in football. You can't get too high with the highs and too low with the lows, because it will kick you and it will set you back really quickly. So we managed to reset ourselves, and we had a really good week's training beforehand, and really took that into the game, and delivered a good performance.
Did you know that was the first game that Burnley hadn't conceded a shot on target ever in the Premier League?
I did read that afterwards, yeah. So good job didn't let one in, wasn't it?
Did it feel like a quiet game to you though? Because that's unusual, judging by that stat, for you to not have to make a save.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like to think there's more to being a goalkeeper than making saves, to be honest. So I wouldn't. There's no quiet game. There's no shots, but you still have touches. You still have to be involved in the game. Heavily. I think for a goalkeeper, as you go up the leagues, it's mentally it's quite a big test. Maybe less touches, but more high quality touches. So that's kind of how I describe the difference between League Two and the Premier League and the Championship or whatever it be. So it's something that afterwards you maybe think about it, but always when it goes into later stages of games, if it has been quiet, I'm trying to, mentally I'm kind of thinking, you might have one more save to make, one more action to do, and you're always keeping yourself switched on in that way, really.
You've kept more clean sheets at home than any team in the Premier League. Away from home, it's just 1 in 8. Why such a difference?
Premier League, like high class, there's difficult games, home and away, and that's kind of the way it's panned out. We've put in better performances at home than we have away, maybe. So it's hard to put your finger on maybe one or two things, but we're doing a lot of things well. It's just maybe them clicking away from home a bit more. We've had some defeats, but it's how we react to them as well. So something we've got to put right, like you say. I think one on the road, but it'd be nice to add to that total, and in wins as well. I think away from home, that'd be nice to start totting a few of them up as well.
It's nothing obvious then, the difference between the two for you guys.
I wouldn't say so. We've got to go in each game with the same mindset and the same mentality. We know 38 games in a season, there's not going to be any easy ones, so we have to put in 100% wherever we go every week, otherwise we know we'll get nothing. So we've got to take that mentality on the road and that confidence we've got from last week and try and put it right. We've had some good performances on the road, and it's just maybe not fell for us or just gone against us in certain things, and that happens sometimes. You've got to pick yourselves up and react and make it better the next time.
And what about Bournemouth then, going down there? They're missing maybe their 2 first choice frontmen as well, so that's a boost to you guys.
Yeah, obviously, they've got a strong squad really nowadays. I think that's another thing with the Premier League, is it's not just the 11, it's a strong squad there is. So whoever you play against, we've gone through stages where we've had 5, 6, 7 injuries. So it happens to all teams throughout the season. I think that's why it's vitally important to stay together as a unit, and you've got to have characters within the squad, and you've got to have a real squad mentality of everyone pulling in the same direction. I think that's a massive characteristic that we have as a football club, not even just a playing staff, as a club, with the fans and the staff and everyone pulling in the same direction. I think that's a positive we can carry with us week in, week out.
Thank you, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hello.
Obviously, coming up to a busy time of year with 4 games in 12 days. Just how much do you enjoy this time of year and sort of this period? Is it, as a player, everything you want? I don't know. You can be to say.
It's funny. Obviously, question comes up every year, and you kind of think. And my friends you've got outside of football of you're just breaking up for work and have 3 weeks off, and it would be just, if I was them, I'd be thinking the same, like happy days, there's football on nearly every day. Do you know what I mean? So to be part of it is just equally as great. You kind of get used to it. I think as a footballer, it'd be weird not to play over Christmas, and obviously Trips, who's just gone to Spain, have just got a winter break and don't have games over Christmas. So it's something that you strangely get used to, I think, and you've got to enjoy being a part of that. Like I say, it's football. It's quick, sharp. It's an important time of the season. To be able to, if you can pick up points, like you say, them 12 days, it can really, kickstart and boost your season.
And we mentioned the clean sheet record there, and obviously good to get one last weekend. Just how much pride and sort of enjoyment do you take from a clean sheet as yourself and as a sort of back five?
It's always good to get one. You do. Everyone counts them. I think for a goalkeeper, you don't score many, so not yet anyway. So to be able to have that as like a goal, I think in regards, say the back five, kind of, that's something we look for. But it's very much the whole team really. We like to press from the front with the the front lads, and we like to work hard in every position to make it difficult for the opposition. So I think that's something that as a collective we really take pride in being difficult to beat and being difficult to score against.
And lastly for me, you signed your new contract sort of at the end of last season or just after the end of the season, I think, and a few more players have put pen to paper on longer term deals. Just how important is it to have sort of that core group of players who are going to be your teammates for 2, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, massive. I think down the years you've seen uncertainty that can be caused by a number of players being out of contract and that kind of spreading throughout the squad and affecting results on a Saturday. So it's more than just pen and paper or numbers on a screen or whatever. It's very much part of the togetherness, and when you've got that kind of solid base of a squad and everyone all adds to pulling in the same direction, I think, and all being in together, signing contracts is a great thing for the club to do and the players to do, to really commit yourself to Burnley and this club.
Thank you.
Bossy.
Nick, obviously you worked with Tom for so long. Does it still feel a little bit strange maybe that he's not here?
Yeah, I think the first few weeks maybe it was a little bit different, being club captain and whatever, and obviously just a big part of the squad, so yeah, a little bit. Obviously in football it's very much players move on year in, year out, every 6 months really there's a January window. It's something that you very much get used to, but we're still in touch, so it's not like he's not fallen off the side of the earth. He's not dismissed me, never to talk to me ever again. So yeah, we're still in contact. So it's still nice to hear from him now and then.
Yes. Do you kind of talk to him often or message him often?
Yeah, obviously been lucky enough to obviously be in the same England squad as well. So seeing him then, and yeah, we get to text each other now and again, which it's nice. It's nice to see him playing well, and obviously playing week in, week out. So it's something that in the end has kind of worked out, I think, for both of us, for both to take a starting role in their team and then to get in the England squads. It's kind of happy days all round. Hope he thinks the same.
Obviously Joe's got such a wealth of experience. How much help has he been to you?
Massive. Get on really well with Joe and Bailey here. It's something that can't be underestimated, I think. Very much that squad mentality I was speaking about, and Joe's someone obviously who's done a lot more in the game than I will ever do. England and international and Champions League, and like you say, his CV is incredible. So to have someone like that and to have to be the person that he is to help me out rather than see me as like a direct rival and be acidic or toxic around me. He's totally the opposite. So to have someone like Joe and for him to lend me a hand, almost daily. We're talking to each other. We get on really well on and off the pitch. So to have someone like that is amazing.
So is it just sort of kind of feeding off his experience, or is there anything specific he's kind of helped you?
He's been through it. He's been through a lot. He's been through. Hope he won't mind me saying, he's been through a lot of years in the Premier League. He's played a hell of a lot of games and he's experienced a lot of things on and off the pitch. And to be able to lean on someone like that, having obviously been through, I think, 50 Premier League games now, only myself, so quite a short career. So to have someone like that who has been through it all and played for a top club and played in some massive games, cup finals or big Champions League nights, to have someone like that and to be able to learn and for them to even share their experience with me is massively vital and really helps me grow as a player and a person.
And just on your own game, if there was kind of one area you could pick out that you'd like to improve, maybe what would it be? Yeah,
everything. If I'm honest, I don't think there's anything I'd really like to say. We'll park that for 6 months and not work on it because I'm the best at that. So. It's very much an ongoing. There's so many different elements to goalkeeping. It's kind of you've got to stay on top of everything and look to improve maybe areas that you are not so good at. But at the same time, you've still got to stay on top of everything. It's such a wide variety of things to do, almost like an individual thing in a team sport where there just are different things to work on. So. Yeah, it's something that I try and do week in, week out, whether it's in the video room or on the pitch, on the training pitch or in the gym. It's something that I enjoy doing and always have done, to be honest. I I've kind of worked my way up the leagues and trying just to improve myself each year and you know, see how far that can take me.
The camera's off, thank you. You mentioned John, it was all the sort of lists that